Welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Make sure you hit that subscribe button at the bottom left-hand corner, and you can hear my voice on all these streaming platforms, man. My next guest, we feeling very Bay Area in LA right now.
Know,
Rayven
man.
Justice in the building, man. What's poppin'?
You know I had to slide through on you real quick.
For sure, bro.
Come on, dog.
And I think we met, I don't know, I want to say maybe like a year and a half ago over at Real 92.3.
Exactly.
And what's funny was that, like, I only recognized you by your song, not necessarily by your face. So when you were like Rayven Justice, I was like, oh, shit, slide through.
But I mean, yeah, I get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? For the longest I've been working on my marketing and promo stuff and, trying to build that up bigger so people can start putting the face with the music. You know what I mean? But to me, it's still dope enough just to say my name and then somebody recognize it. To me, that's still a spark to me in my head. So it'll never get old.
Because that's something that doesn't necessarily gravitate toward a lot of people. Like, I could say like anybody's name and then it won't be as recognizable. But like, especially for yourself, I remember back in like 2014, even like way back then, like listening to your music was one of those staples for turf dancing.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? Which also started in East Oakland.
You know that. Come on, you already know what we talking about. We represent around here. Shout out to the tail. You feel me? But yeah, man, I just been grinding it out, bro, for a long time. Just want to shout out to all my supporters, all my day ones, for continuous rocking with me. You feel me? The work ain't gonna stop. You feel me? I'm working. I'm in grind mode right now. You feel me?
You got Eastside Oakland out right now too.
The album out right now. Bro, you feel me? If you ain't got
slaps front to back.
Come on, 14 bangers on that thing.
Bro, let me just go through like everything you got on this album too, bro.
Talk to him.
14 tracks, man. First of all, starts off with that Oakland intro where you kind of just introduce to the world, like, why Oakland is what it is.
Exactly.
And then you got Kalen 2 For Real, T-Fly,
shout out.
Legendary Clyde Carson, Too Short, Sue, Pac-Man.
All the Brodies, man. Shout out to all my folks,
bro.
man.
And, I want to say personally, I think my favorite song is probably Chauffeur.
Chauffeur?
Yeah.
Hell
with
yeah,
Derek
man.
King and Cool John, because it just brought so much of that youth out of me. Like, it just felt so Bay Area to me, bro.
Crazy,
and I was going crazy with that shit,
That's
bro.
one of the ones for real. Shout out to Derek King and Cool John for joining me on that one. Them both of my guys came a long way. Shout out Derek King. He doing his thing right now. He doing his thing. He on the Summer Jam and radio booming. Cool John continuously doing his thing. Shout out to Smop, HBK gang, all them guys over there, my homies, for real.
So how'd that record come together? Because those are like, you yourself, Derek King, and also Cool John are like three Bay Area heavy hitters.
Right. Well, I've been working with Cool John for a while now. That's been my bro for a minute. Derek King, that's a little bro, been my bro for a minute. I did the record in LA actually. Shout out to my partner Scorp Diesel on the beat. I did the hook. I sat on it for a while, like, honestly. And at first I was like pitching it, trying to see, if somebody else probably wanted the record, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then when I got into that album mode, I was like, this is a hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just finish this one on up. I'm going to contact little bro, Derek King, see what he on. I sent it over. He played it on his live. And then, I seen his fans. They was like, who was that? What's that?
They're going
and he
crazy
was like,
for it.
This Rayven.
Yeah.
I think that, really solidified it to him. And he was like, I'm going to just jump on this. It's fire. Boom. Knocked it out for me. Cool John, of course, you know what I'm saying? He heard it. I went to his crib and played it to him. He was just like, oh, yeah, this is slap.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, I need you on this. And he just knocked it out. You know what I'm saying? This is all love, man.
What's your favorite record on the album?
I've been told that question actually a lot. It's really hard to say because I feel like all the songs are like all my babies.
And it kind of just like changes every day, huh?
It's a mood
You got
change.
14 babies to work with.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a joint on there that's it came from the soul. I had a brother that got murdered. You know what I'm saying? And I did a song with Pac-Man, RP Nip, all those guys over there in his camp. And I thought about Pac-Man. I was like, he just lost a brother. I know what that feel like to lose a brother.
Wow.
And I just put the song together. The song is called Waterfall. And it's like, again, like I said, it's songs like that's on there. I was just like, it's hard just to say, because that's a sad song. You feel me? It's something that came from, something that touches me in a deeper realm of things.
Yeah,
I lost my little bro, so it's just his own kind of vibe. And then you got Chauffeur, you know what I'm saying? That's some turned up, you know what I mean? Hey, hyphy,
hear that
you
shit in
go
the club.
crazy.
Shit,
Yeah,
I got
you
like a
feel me?
club I'm doing tonight. I'll slap that shit if you got it.
See
Only
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
got it, though. You got to send it to me like immediately after this
I got
shit.
you. You ain't got to say less. You feel me? I got you.
Yeah.
Trust me. But it's just so many vibes to choose from. It's just hard to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've actually asked, people that I'm close with, give me your top 5. Like I want to know your top 5.
Yeah.
And even that is hard for people to even do.
Well, shit, man. Like, I'll tell Taylor, because then me and Taylor were listening to the album right beforehand, and she really likes Do Too Much.
Oh, yeah.
I think because she likes the familiarity of, like, the sample and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Shout out
and
to Mia.
And I was telling her, too, like, it's such a Bay Area thing to grab, like,
Come
an
on.
R&B sample and just
And
flip
flip
it, bro.
that thing. You know that. You know how we be flipping things and tearing it up. But nah, I was just, the story behind that, I was just, in my whip one day riding around Oakland, and I was listening to Pandora. You know what I'm saying? I'm born in the 90s, so I'm a 90s baby. And, the song came on. Shout out to Mia. You know what I'm saying? She's a legend. And, as soon as it came on, I just started thinking about so many things in my past childhood days. And I was like, I feel like, if I feel like this, it may be a lot of other people that feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it'd be dope if I flip this. And I immediately hit up the guy that produced it, shout out Link Up. Hit him up, sent him the link to the original. I was like, bro, flip this. You feel me? I'm like, speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Add that slap to it. You know what I'm saying? So it can make the the trunk rattle.
Yeah, bro. And then for everybody who listens to it, they're gonna think like that shit's so original. But like, whenever I see samples being produced so well in hip hop, it kind of keeps the legacy of the original song alive.
Exactly. And
You know
I
what I
always
mean?
go by once a hit is always a hit. You know what I'm saying? If it was, come on, man.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
If it was a hit to us when we was little kids and we didn't know nothing really
Yeah.
about life and it transcended into our brains and souls and we still love it and we adults now, I was like, it could still work now.
Yeah, man.
And then it was a female song. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, that's the female perspective. I feel like it'd be dope if I made a male perspective. of the
Yeah,
same
dude.
song, you feel me?
I remember when Wiz Khalifa came out with a record. I think it was like Roll Up. And then some female came out. I forgot what her name is, but she did like a female perspective to it. And, I think it's a good thing to keep. I mean, it's another thing that really keeps the culture moving forward
Exactly.
and, keeps that song alive. I want to actually go back to the record that you have with Pac-Man. So you said your brother actually passed away.
Yeah, he was murdered back in like 2011. And,
In East Oakland?
Yeah, in East Oakland. Story long, you know what I'm saying? Little brother, you know what I'm saying? He was only 17, trying to inspire. He was trying to go to college. I remember everything vividly, you know what I'm saying? Like it was yesterday. Bro. And, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I probably wouldn't have gone this far. I just remember, and I always share this with people that, I talk to about with my brother, you know what I'm saying? I always say, I remember the night I was promoting on my computer, and he was in this room with his friends. And I remember telling him, like, stay out the way, you know what I'm saying? And I'm working hard to get us out of this situation. And I remember one random night he come in the room and he like, brother, I'm proud of you. And I know you're going to be a star one day. And then he gave me a hug and then just went back in his room. And that stuck with me. And, when it happened, I just took that energy and all the pain that I was going through and I put it all in just to my music. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a big piece of the reason what took me across that gap, which is hard for artists to get across.
Yeah.
I feel like the pain really took me all the way there because I just dedicated everything into it then.
No, for sure. I actually had this rapper out of Florida. His name was High Rez. I had him in yesterday, and he actually had lost his brother to a deadly school shooting that happened in Florida just within like the past year. And he was telling me that he was able to basically capture all that pain and really just let it out like in his music. Do you feel like you translate music in that same way? Kind of like you gain a greater appreciation for life and it makes you want to like go harder in music?
Definitely that. I believe as far as like, doing songs that remind me of what happened to my brother, I kind of try to stay away from. That's why a lot of my music be more like happy and, turned up because, I don't want to stay in a dark place forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I just want to I wanted to be an example and inspire anybody that has lost somebody like that to, there is a way to still, live your life and be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you'll never forget, your loved one ever. I'll never forget my brother. I think about him every day. I talk about him every day still. So, I just want to, like I said, just be an example. Show, anybody else that went through this situation that, you
can make through it too.
You can proceed, you know what I'm saying, and prosper into anything you want to become still, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember when it first happened, I was just done. I remember thinking about suicidal thoughts and I had like a panic attack because I wouldn't drink any water, or, you know what I'm saying? So the ambulance had to come get me. I just was done, you know what I'm saying? I was like, my brother ain't here. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Like I was through with everything. And I remember I just thought in my head, like, what would he because I know my brother. And, you know, when you know your loved one, whoever it is, you know how they want you to move on, and you know
for sure.
what they want for you to do. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking like that, and I was like, you know, my brother would want me to continue doing my music. And that's why I said, you know, that last story really stuck to me because I remember vividly he came in on his own randomly. I was promoting my music manually on Facebook, just trying to get everybody to listen in. And he was like, man, I'm proud of you, you know, man. And I know you're going to be a star.
What was your brother's name again?
Rayven Justice. Raymond.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace to Raymond, man.
Appreciate that.
You know, he's watching this.
You already know.
What I mean? He's watching this,
know.
Man. He's watching this.
He with me all the time. I know that.
So, you know, what's crazy is that when the album's called Eastside Oakland, and then when I was looking at the features, I was just like, well, you know, Pac-Man the Gunman on Waterfall, like, he's not from Oakland, and neither is, like, Kalen 2 for real. He's from L.A. But now that you've given me that explanation for Waterfall, like, it kind of shows the similarities between East Oakland and, you know, some parts of L.A.
Exactly.
Too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the two areas are far apart, but they're not so different.
And that was my point, you know what I'm saying, of making that album and calling it still something. Because I thought about even Nip, you know what I'm saying? Nip could name his album Slauson, you know what I'm saying? And
people in East Oakland could relate to it,
relate
too.
to the same situation, you know what I'm saying? And I would love to get on his album. I wouldn't care that he named it after his block or his hood, you know what I'm saying? It's just the point of the message behind the music, you know what I'm saying? I get that, you know what I mean? And I feel like everybody understood that when you know, when I reached out and let them know I wanted them a part of the album. They were like, for sure, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to stretch it out and let everybody know it ain't a one-sided album. It's really spread out. I even got people from Atlanta on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, everybody goes. I just wanted to, you know, set a message. Everybody got similarities as far as issues. You feel me? No matter where we are in the world, everybody go through something.
100%.
You get what I'm saying? So it's bigger than just my city, but I still wanted to, you know, and put on for my city. You feel me?
Yeah, of course.
Definitely want to put on for the city and give back. And I feel like all my other projects, you know, it was just like a lot of dope music vibe-wise. You feel me? For the city.
Okay.
I
know where you're going now.
This
one's like a lot more personal, and you see, like, I guess you really want to pay homage to East Oakland.
And I wanted to dig in deep. That's why I got the, you know, record as far as my brother. It's really hard for me to sing about my brother on songs.
Would you say that was the hardest record for you to make on this album?
Yeah. It took a long time. I really like wrote. You know, my process as far as recording is different. You know, I go in there. People that know me know I go in there, freestyle shit. You know, I sing melodies and, you know, pin the words right on the spot to it. With this particular song, I just was at home. You know what I'm saying? And I was hearing the beat, and I sat for hours and days, you know, writing to it. Like, I couldn't come up with the whole thing. I was like, I gotta sit, sleep on it, wake up again, and think hard. Damn. You know, it was just hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's why I did it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm doing the East Oakland album. You know, my brother, you know, he lost his life in this place. You know what I'm saying? So I got to definitely do one for my brother. You feel me?
Yeah.
Had to make something for him. And, like, again, it's hard doing it. Any of my other projects, I don't speak on the subject. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I recall a few of my folks was like, you know, you should go dig a little deeper. And I was like, I'm gonna do that, you know what I mean, and and
honestly, like, listening to the project too, it's good to have that balance between something that I could play at the club,
right?
And, you know, something for me to actually like sit down and really just digest and kind of, you know, enjoy the storytelling that you portrayed on that song.
And it's like, you know, as far as this album, I was really going for like the old style of how they used to drop albums back in the day. You know what I mean? Like a Tupac album, and it would have the intro and outro.
Yeah, okay,
and it'd be like the news, like woo, 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 and it'd be like the news lady, like Tupac Shakur just got shot 8 times. Oh, well, my God!
Why, you know, it's stuff like that makes me believe that artists like yourself like really put time and effort into this thing, because I know people who just like will drop projects, and I'm just like, for why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need, like, you know what I mean? You need like a story, like some sort of storyline for like the listener to gravitate towards.
Exactly.
Like, it's the same thing why you get attached to a TV series, or
right?
The same thing why you get attached to a movie.
That's what I was just
or
gonna
a
say.
Book.
I was just.
You like that? You like?
Hey, I like that. I see you. No, but that's exactly what I was thinking, man. You know, I look at it like a movie. You know what I mean? And, you know, from start to end, I'm like, you know, it gotta be a great intro, like, you know, and then the outro gotta be just as good. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think about the ending and the beginning and the middle. I think about everything, and then it's like I said, I was inspired because my dad, you know, I was growing up off of listening to Tupac and Too Short and people like that, and I remember vividly of how Tupac albums was sounding. I'm like, man, that's dope. And, you know, in our era is different. It's not a lot of the same like creative things going on anymore.
Well,
So I was like, let me pull back some of that stuff.
Right before you came in, I actually saw this YouTube video, and then the caption said, how short songs be nowadays. Bro, and it was literally like a 1 minute video, and then dude was just like, I'm fucking you, bitch, and then cut. And I was like, bro, like, seriously? Like, and
that's
you know what I mean?
Like,
it's like satire for what's going on.
Come on,
today.
man. And, you know, I didn't want to half-ass this album. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to half-ass anything. I wanted the people that really rock with me to enjoy whatever I'm finna drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I haven't dropped anything in a year. You know what I mean? I've been going through some behind-the-scenes label stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had to sit for a year. And during that time, all I did was do features. You feel what I'm saying? So now that I'm back and I'm out of all those situations and I'm able to just, you know, drop my own solo project again and stuff like that, I was like, man, I want to drop something like a masterpiece. Like I want to outdo anything I ever did. You know what I mean? I want to
ask you this, bro, because I mean, even way back when Slide Thru and then the remix came out, you had the Migos on there. I think you got a record with like French too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like to me, you're kind of like how E40 is like all across the country. You're able to tap in with like all these bigger artists. Do you feel like you as Rayven Justice are like an underrated artist?
I would say that, you know what I'm saying? But I only feel like that because, you know, the game it's a lot of gimmicks in the game now. And I feel like in order to be, you know, really heard now, you have to be seen first. And you have to be seen by everybody at one time doing something mainly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a different kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was born in the 90s, you feel me? And my dad from Atlanta. So I was growing up different, you know what I'm saying? And I just can't find myself and my personality coping around to doing anything goofy.
Like gimmicky shit.
Yeah, I just can't see myself doing it just so I can get people to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I believe in just, all right, I'm going to just, you know, go the long route and I'm going to just keep dropping heat and then let the music speak for itself. And, you know, eventually everybody will catch on. And I feel like it's been working for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like these days and this time now, I've gained way more fan base. I ain't even been on the radio in 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying?
But you're still doing your thing, though, and that's the most commendable thing because people usually just tap out once they're not getting, like, radio play or they're not feeling like they get as much love as, like, they should be. But you know what I mean? It even took Nip 10 years just to get a Grammy nom.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember something vividly he said in the interview. He was like, just don't give up. I remember that was one of the last interviews I think he did, and he was just like, he just never gave up. And he a Leo, and I'm a Leo, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even know that, you feel me? When I found that out, I was like, man, I see where I see where it is, you feel me? And I don't know, I found myself like understanding what his method was. He was like super serious, you know what I'm saying? And believing in himself times 10. And he wasn't gonna let nothing stop him. And I know where that energy comes from. It's just that lion in us. It's like, I'm not gonna stop. You're just gonna keep seeing me. Until I get there, it's not gonna stop. And I saw that energy, and that's the same energy I got. You know what I'm saying? And he even said, he was like, I didn't have to do nothing goofy to get here, to be here today and stuff like that. He didn't have to do anything crazy. Nip. He didn't have to go out there and
you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of like cats nowadays are just scared of taking the long route. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like even somebody like yourself, right? Like you can pick off of like so many different fan bases because you've been doing so many features, right? And you know, just grab like 100 people here, right? 100 people here, but then those people actually become like your legitimate fans. They're not, you know what I mean? Like they're not following you because you got a comb in your, like they're following you because they actually fuck with your music. Exactly. You know what I mean?
You get what I'm saying? And you know, you can't do nothing but appreciate the love. You know what I mean? And it's been nothing but a journey and just fun because all I do is just do music, man. I don't try to do anything else but that, and I try to put out the best quality music I can. You know what I'm saying?
When did you start making music, man?
It's hard to say. Like my dad always had me and my brother around it. You know what I'm saying? He was like on his Diddy shit at the time when we was kids. He would find his artists, get them in the studio, and then force me and my brother to stay in the studio all day and all night to watch them record. So like,
what was your dad's like job?
Again, he was just on his Diddy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
He just had his paper together.
Super A&R.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? He was just finding artists, signing them, getting them in the studio. Yeah. He knew that these people didn't have enough funds to get themselves in, and he saw the potential in whoever he was working with at the time, and he got him in the studio.
That's
and
crazy.
I happened to be around, and I saw, you know, his singers, artists, you know, I saw them record and stuff, and I remember they songs still to this day. And then I saw his rappers going in, and I'm like, my dad really putting something together here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember him getting a CD burner, and he created a business out of that. So everybody was coming to him like, man, we need the CDs. You know what I mean?
Selling the CDs out the trunk.
Going crazy for them, for their albums.
Yeah,
like they would come to him
bro.
to get their albums pressed up, and he would have me and my little brother burning everybody's CD all day. So, around that kind of life, of course, like, eventually I just started to love the game, and I love the music. And my dad put me on so much game. I just end up, having a love for it later. You know what I'm saying? And I remember going up to him, and I was like, Dad, I really want to take this, serious now. But I don't think he believed me. You know what I'm saying?
So when was the first time he actually took you serious?
When he heard me on the radio. That took me a long time to get done. But
when Slide Thru hit the radio?
When it hit the radio, he was like, oh, okay, so it's serious now. I'm like, yeah.
Like, man, you popping, you on Cam yelling shit, fuck.
You know what I'm saying? And then the Summer Jam came. That's one of the biggest shows in the Bay to do.
Who'd you open up for?
I forget, bro. It was so long ago. I forgot.
I feel like I might have been at that show.
I think it was
Was it the Drake show?
No. It was I know YG was headlining that show though.
Ooh.
It was a YG headlining.
I mean, YG is always at the Summer Jam.
Yeah.
But
Shout out YG.
But I mean, like back then though, like that was
I'm trying to remember who was right before me though. I want to say Sean Garrett, but I don't think that was him neither.
Damn, Sean Garrett. Fuck.
I can't remember who was before me, bro, but I know I killed it.
Garrett doing? Yeah.
I know I killed it, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
especially for you, too, being in Oakland at that time. Like, you're really just, like, putting on for your city, saying, like, I could do this shit, too.
Yeah, man. And it's a blessing. Like, I'm just one of them lucky boys, I would say, or blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Man, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And the opportunity just, it came out of nowhere, and from then it just went crazy. And then, it's not really easy like just getting a song. At first, I used to say like, man, all it takes is one song. I remember myself, my young self, saying to all my friends, y'all, all it takes is one song and we out of here. But it's like I found out later that's not even what it's true. You know what I'm saying? When you get the one song, the work begins. Like it gets tougher. It gets
my thing
is like, the nights get longer.
I think you do need that one song just to get like all
the hello.
You
know what I mean?
Just to get that hello. But then people don't realize how much work it takes just to get to that one song. Man. You got to go through like maybe 100, maybe 200, 300 songs just to get that one.
that
you
one
know what
song.
I mean?
Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like a gamble of your own. Like,
yeah.
But I always believed when I was younger, like I was like 17 believing this. I'm like, bro, all it takes is one song. I was like overdriven about it. I would think about it all the time. I'm like, bro, it's one song.
Yeah.
That's it. It takes one. They're not saying 5.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like it takes 5 songs to get solidified for it. No, one.
Just that one. Do you think Slide Thru was just one of many songs that really pushed you on for the Bay?
And that is a blessing too. You know what I'm saying? Slide Thru is like probably my biggest song in the Bay.
Shout out to Della who produced that, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to my boy, man. Come on, you know what's up. Yeah, man. It's one of the songs, bro. It was popping out in the Bay. It kind of like made its way in the streets to LA a little bit, and it resonated. I got some spin around the world a little bit, but it didn't do what it needed to do all the way for the global side.
Yeah, I feel like it's very hard for California artists in general to get their song out, bro. Yeah. But like, what's crazy to me nowadays?
It's timing. They was telling me like, man, it's timing. Like it's now old, and if it's too old here, then it can't go here now. We're too late. It's just so many things and variables into this thing,
Is it fair to say that like even Bay Area and LA music was just like way too early?
I feel like
because now we see like songs like Betua popping, and that fool's from like I don't know, like some place else
popping.
In the country.
Like we got people that's from all over going crazy, like making hits, like from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Rich the Kid got bangers, and I'm just seeing them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like the time for the sound is for sure now. You feel me? And I feel like even if Slide Thru were to come out today, it would be perfect. You feel me? Especially with the Migos on it, it'd be perfect. The Migos is huge, huger than they were when I worked with them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
How'd you even get them on that track?
I actually just went to Atlanta randomly, and they were in the Bay when I was in Atlanta. And then when I went to Atlanta, the people that was managing me at the time knew somebody that knew Coach K. They lined it up to where Coach K, we sat down, they checked out my music. they heard about, you know, the buzz that I had going on in the Bay with Slide Through record, and they was like, okay, let's sit down and talk
Let's
to
just
him.
hop on.
So they wanted really to sign me to QC at the time.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
They wanted to sign me to QC at the time. Sat down with Coach K. It was a great meeting. I wanted to do it, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, I had just bad representation. You feel me? And you know, we just didn't call the right call. And you know, it just, I guess it wasn't in their plans. You feel me? But you know, when you're a young kid in this game, you know, you go through things, and you know, when you start getting these opportunities coming to you so fast, and these people are, you know, in control of the situation or making it seem like that, and you're not really up on game, and you fresh, and you feel like all it took was just to make some songs, and you didn't think like you had to study about how people would come to you and sneak in your ear and you know, do all these. You're not prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? So I just went through a lot of stuff, you know, being young. You know what I'm saying? And not being educated on the business.
So,
and
damn, that's a really good point that you have.
You feel me?
Because I there's this chick who I'm watching on YouTube very religiously now.
Yeah.
Her name is Wendy Day.
Okay.
She used to be a rep for YMCMB.
Nice.
And she was saying that one thing that a lot of artists forget to do or forget to learn about the music business is that it's a music business.
Yeah, you know, and I ain't gonna lie, I remember my dad always told me that, you know what I'm saying? But when you 16 and, you know, you looking at Chris Brown at the time.
I'm just gonna make the song.
Yeah, you're not thinking about that. You thinking like, I'm gonna have a manager for that. Because you're looking at movies and you seeing like how the Disney Channel movies used to go with the Cheetah Girls, and you get what I'm saying? They got their managers.
So all they did was just show up and they dude, it's so crazy.
You get what I'm saying? So it made it seem in a way, you know what I'm saying? But when you really in it, then you start seeing and you start feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And you will learn from it. And now I done learned so much stuff. I've been through so much stuff, you know.
What's something that you wish that you knew back then about the business that you currently know now? And you're like eating off that fruit. See, that's kind of tough because that's like 10 years worth of like knowledge,
exactly,
bro. Like,
and it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many cracks in the business that you may not know about. You get what I'm saying? So many cracks, some things that you just may not know about. There's so much in the business, some things that they'll create new, and they won't share it with you. You know what I'm saying? You have to find out later that I can get paid from that.
Yeah, you learn
I didn't even know. You know exactly.
Yeah.
And I learned a long time ago, you know, my dad always told me, he was like, the game is meant to be sold, not told. Damn. And that's how they will do you. You know what I'm saying, in this business. If you don't know the business,
they're just going
to
run you, bro.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. It's a dirty game.
So then,
you know what I mean?
Where are you at right now? Because you were saying like within the past year, you had like some label situation going on that was kind of preventing you from releasing music. Are you like solely independent? Or what are you on right now?
Well, yeah, I'm independent. You know, I got a distribution thing right now with Foundation Media right now. Just, you know, putting my stuff out through them. You know what I mean? But, you know, keeping it independent. And ESO, this is my really first independent album in a long time. You know what I mean? So,
there we go.
You know, I just thank God, you know, for, you know, helping me get out that crunch. And, you know, the people that was around me holding me down, you know what I'm saying? And it feel good just to be able to be free again. You know what I'm saying? That's the blessing. I'm not even tripping about anything. You know, the things I had to give up and all of that just to be out free. Like, I'm not even worried about it no more. It's just the blessing is just the free. And
damn, bro.
I'm just excited for, you know, for the new things that I'm about to do. You know?
That hit me in such a weird ass way. A good weird way. Because the fact that like you're not attached to a label, and the fact that you actually feel free for the first time.
Man, a long time. You know what I'm saying? I've been feeling held back. I've been feeling like I've been sitting on the bench. I look at music like a sport. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I'm rocking a jersey, and I feel like I'm being loyal to the jersey, and I don't feel like the team being loyal to the player. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why am I on the bench? You feel me? And I just wasn't feeling it. You know, I would have never signed up to anything like that if I knew I was gonna be on the bench. You know what I mean? I would rather be by myself. You feel me? So I'm just happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just happy. I always felt independent. I've always done my own thing. You only need a couple of things to be assisted on, and I could take it from there.
Shit, yeah. If you could do the rest by yourself, that's such a Bay Area mentality, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're able to do fucking everything. Like,
do everything.
We got the audio, we got the cameras rolling. I'm gonna edit this shit like right afterwards, bro. And it's like the Bay. Like, I feel like the way the Bay Area is rooted is that we're just such on this independent grind, like so much.
It's not.
Much,
I don't think nobody like it. You know what I mean? It's like it can be respected, and then it's people that may not like it. You know what I'm saying? Like like, you know, people want you to work with them. You feel me? Like, I guess if you sign up to somebody or whatever like that, and you want to work with them, they want some of the work, some of the duty. You feel me? And I feel like us and our mentality, we feel like, well, I'm gonna get it done, so I don't put nothing on their plate. You know what I'm saying? We think about it different.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And people
go.
think about it maybe a different kind of way. Like, you just don't. They'll take it like you don't want to work with them.
Yeah.
But the whole time you thinking like, no, I'm doing you a favor by not bothering you. I'm gonna show you like I can go out there and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, is you proud of me now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's our mentality. Bro. I feel. You know what I'm saying? And
I've never heard somebody articulate it in that way. That's kind of mind blowing. I don't think you guys know how fucking exploded my mind is right now.
Come on, man. And I'm just trying to lay it down so everybody can understand me right now. You feel me,
bro?
But yeah, man. Like I said, other than that, you know, all that stuff was just experience, and now I can share that experience with people that I want to see succeed in the business. And I feel like right now, even the independent game right now is even more stronger than ever. And I'm so happy that the timing is perfect right now for that. So I can just continue to do my thing.
Keep it pushing, man.
You already know I'm keeping pushing.
I want to know, man, because prior to this interview, you said you got a book and a movie coming up too. Are you gonna drop a lot of these gems that you've been you've been acquired over these past couple of years in that book?
Come on, man. Yes. You feel me? I'm gonna put it all together. You feel me? Like, I can't give away the title of the book yet. I just know I'm putting it together. I'm finna sit down with the editor. We're finna ride around the city. I'm about to speak about, you know, my little brother and my life, my upcoming, you know what I'm saying? All kind of things, and put all kind of like life lessons in there that I picked up along the way. And hopefully we turn it into a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's definitely in the conversation as well.
That's
you know what I mean?
Up,
so I'm just excited about all the new stuff. Like I said, I got so much new stuff that, you know, I'm opening up, trying to touch bases on that I have not done. And I feel like just only because I felt away, you know what I mean? And I felt like things weren't going for me, and, you know, I was closed-minded.
You're like ready to run now.
You know, yeah. I felt like, you know, they released a lion out the cage into the jungle again. Now I'm out there.
And
you know
hungry.
What I'm saying? I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm finna get it whatever I see. You know what I'm saying?
So, I know you just released your project, but then you also said that you got even more new music coming out, too.
Most def. I got another EP dropping called That's So Rayven at the end of August. Y'all know I had to take that name on. Well, come on. It's only right. You feel me? Yeah, so I got the EP dropping end of August. It's called That's So Rayven. And then I'm working on another album right now, Rayven Justice 3.
Let me just say, I'm going to be hot if you don't sample the theme song, bruh.
I might do that. You might hear something like that up on there. You feel me?
Man, all I know is when it's out, you better give me my 5%. You dig?
I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you, Ziz. You feel me?
I mean, Nico Blitz everywhere. That's funny. No, but that's cool, bro. And you said you also have like a joint project with Too Short?
Yeah, me and Too Short, we locked in out here in LA, got in studio with him, and we did like 2 songs at first.
Okay.
And then something just told me to just tell him, like, man, we might as well just do a little EP or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was with it automatically. He was like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So we just knocked it out, banged out like 10 songs. You feel me? I was just talking to him like 2 days ago. He ready to just do a couple of the videos and all. So
damn, bro.
You know, I don't know when he plans on to actually drop the album, but just know it's in the works, and you know it's coming soon. And keep y'all ears peeled for that.
You know, aside from your dad, who was basically like the Diddy of the Bay Area at that time, right? Would you consider Too Short to be one of your top mentors?
In a sense, because my dad looked up to him and had so much respect for him from when I was a little kid. So that name always resonated in my head as I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? I would have never knew it probably if my dad wasn't right there to force it in my head. You feel what I'm saying? He grew me off of Too Short, Tupac, E40, whoever in the Bay.
Everybody with a number in their
name. And my
name,
dad is from Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Putting me up on people that's from the Bay. You feel me?
Damn.
And he from Atlanta,
That's
Georgia.
nuts.
And he's like raising me, telling me like, Too Short, Tupac,
40.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to know these people. You feel me? Like, really enforcing it in my head. So when I grew up and I really met Too Short for the first time, that's Too Short. That's the person my dad always talked about. How old were you? I was like 13, maybe 14.
Super
and I just
young.
saw him like walking around with his little shorty into a restaurant. I think it was Elephant Bar over on Bay Street.
Elephant Bar. Those don't even exist anymore.
Oh, they did discontinue that up.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
crazy. Yeah, so you know he was walking in or whatever, and then I remember it was funny because I was with my little brother, and we went in there, and me and him was talking about it. Like, you think we should go say something to him?
Like,
I'm like, I don't know, he eating, and my brother didn't care. He was like, man, we finna still go say something to Too Short. And then we tried to go in there, and then I remember one of the waiters came out and tried to stop us, and was like tripping on us for trying to go say something to him, like, leave him alone, yo. And then he said something crazy. He was like, you go rob him after. And we little boys, we like, rob him?
Rob him? Like, bro, we're just trying to get a photo. We're just trying to say what's up. Like, what's good?
It was mind blowing. Like, you know,
it's
just crazy what you go through when you're a kid, man. Like, we started getting crazy stuff like that said to us early. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we rob Too Short? You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But we still went in there. You know what I'm saying? We was like, whatever, man. He was like, threatening to call the police.
Where was the Elephant Bar?
Emeryville, Bay Street.
Oh.
Like right over the bridge from Frisco. You know what I'm saying? Area. And, you know, he went in there, and then, like I said, the guy ended up, like, walking away, you know, storming away, saying something about calling the police. We just ran to Too Short real quick, like, Too Short, our dad said, you know, dad said when he see you, what's up? And, you know what I'm saying?
Fanboys with no shame.
You know?
I
and then shook his head. He was like, right on. And we got up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, let me ask you, did you ever tell this particular story Too Short?
No, I didn't, actually.
Bro.
I should.
You need to get that shit on film, bro.
I should
like
tell
that should be tight.
It's a lot of stories that, you know what I'm saying, about a lot of people, you know, and, you know, it's a blessing to see that I'm able now to work with all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working with a lot of people, like, I've seen on TV, or never in a million years would I thought I would even meet. You know what I'm saying?
Who you working with?
Too Short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Literally. Even E40. You know what I'm saying? I did a song with him like 2 years ago called Gamed Up. You know what I'm saying? He hit me up out of nowhere.
I think I actually have that, like it's not on my Spotify, but it's actually, look, I'm going to the Apple iTunes
well, he got the
right
iTunes
now.
one.
Hold up. Rayven. Yeah.
See?
There we go. Gamed Up.
There it is.
And I'm just saying, bro, I actually have it on my phone.
Ain't playing with y'all, you feel me? But, you know, that was like another dream come true. He hit me up out of nowhere and was like, yo, I need you on this record. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I might get somebody else to re-sing it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I mean, either or. You know, I ain't tripping. I just want to work with you. Mm-hmm. This is amazing to me right now. This is a great opportunity. You feel me? And then when I did the hook and sent it over, he hit me back with something even more surprising. Was like, bro, I don't even need to get nobody to redo it. I'm going to leave you on it.
Yeah.
You just killed it.
That's what's up, bro.
So even that, like, getting him to tell me I killed something for him, like, that was crazy. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and the list goes on. Waka Flocka. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought I was going to even meet
That's why
that guy.
I ain't even seen his name in so long, and I'm looking at the last song like, Waka Flocka.
That's big brother. You feel me? And I remember the first time I spoke to him on the phone. You feel me? It was early in the morning. I was in the town, and I wake up. I'm like, hello? And he like, hello? I'm like, who is this? He like, this Waka. My eye said, and I got up out of bed, and I was pacing around the house. I'm like, what's up, big bro?
I go hard in the mouth.
You feel me? So I'm trying to keep it together and shit. I'm like,
yeah.
What's up, Waka? What's going on? Talk to me. But it was cool. Man. He was like, man, just come forward with me. You know what I'm saying? Let's just chop it up. You feel me? And then after that, met him with him in San Diego, chopped it up with him. We kicked it, played him some songs and stuff like that. After that, we was working. You feel me? We did like 5 joints together. You feel me? That's big bro. You know, salute to Watt, man.
Hopefully we hear the other 4 in the future.
Right.
Possibly.
But cause I think 2 of them already out. One of them called 8-0.
Okay.
And the other one is called Moved On.
So we just need the other 2 then, too.
Yeah, you feel me? But they coming. You know what I'm saying?
Rayven Justice, everybody.
Appreciate it, man.
OG Bay Area, man, shit. It's a blessing to have you, bro. Rayven, where can everybody find you?
All my stuff is Rayven Justice. You know, if you got an iPhone or a phone in general, y'all know what time it is. Rayven Justice, Rayven Justice. ESO the album out everywhere. Stream it. You know what I'm saying? And tap in. You know, I like feedback. Let me know what y'all top 5 is. Because, like I said, I've been asking everybody around me. They don't really know. You feel me? So if y'all know, y'all let me know. You feel me?
Tweet them. Do all that.
Do all that.
This is the Lunch Table Food for Thought. I'm Nico Blitz, Rayven Justice, and we are out, everybody.
Yay!